lot of shops have closed. A lot of people are unemployed. I'm just happy to have it back.
And paychecks are going to come again.
That's right.
Well, it was the longest federal government shutdown in history, 43 days. It is now over, and federal workers are starting to return to the office this morning. We're here at the L'Enfant Plaza Metro station. Some folks haven't been to the office in weeks. When will those paychecks be coming in? They're hoping that it'll be sooner rather than later, because it's been a tough go.
Been difficult. I mean, it's a lot of uncertainty. People going to work, people not going to work, whether the government's open, whether the government's not open. I think everybody can breathe a collective sigh of relief.
It has been tough for businesses, too. The District of Columbia coffee truck parks outside the metro station because there's so many federal workers here. It's a great customer base. That has not been the case, of course, during the shutdown. William Muhammad says he is really digging himself out of a hole at this point, trying to make up for all that lost income.
It's a holiday miracle. I'm happy to see everybody back. Everybody's happy to be back to work. I've never seen people this excited to work. It was really hard. It was really hard because, us particularly, it was nothing. No Smithsonian tourism, no government employees. It literally was a ghost town I had for almost 2 months.
I feel great, happy to be back in office and see the people in the streets and see the city life again.
I'm happy to see all my coworkers again. I brought in some pastries for everybody so we can enjoy our first day back.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of work to do. I'm looking forward to working with the partners that we've been not had a chance to talk to in a while.
A lot of people in this building work very hard every day for the American people. Happy to be back.
So now that the government is back open, here are 5 things that I would recommend as a federal employee that you should be doing so you don't get caught off guard for the next shutdown. First, stack your money, save your money. If these last 3 pay periods was a stretch and it was putting you in a financial situation, try to save as much money as you can, catch up on bills, don't overspend during the holidays. Your kids can understand. Save as much money as you possibly can during this time because come January, we might be in the same situation. The second thing I would recommend is learn your agency's shutdown policies and procedures. There was a lot of questions during this shutdown that could not be answered from leadership on down. And when people were posing questions and asking questions and say, per regulations, y'all not doing stuff right, this is wrong, nobody can answer, nobody had the right, didn't know where to turn. So I would recommend learn your agency's, specific agency's shutdown procedures so they cannot play in your face. Third thing is, if you wasn't updating your resume during your furlough or during the shutdown, then I would recommend do that now. If you want to leave the government, now would be the time to do so. Things are starting to move. The economy is going to start flowing again. It's not going to be at much of a standstill. Now would be the time to jump ship if you were like, look, enough is enough. And now we know holidays are coming up. Everybody's about to be on leave. I would recommend start prepping your work now. Between Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, like try to get as much work as you can get done between now and then, because if we end up back in the shutdown, then it's going to be a backlog and everything else, and we're getting ready to roll into the slow season anyway. So use this time to kind of catch up or get ahead of work if possible. The last thing, now that training things might be opening back up for a little bit, I know CR is must pays and all of that, but if there's opportunity to get some training or do something in a professional development realm, I would absolutely recommend doing that just to build your portfolio, build up those skill sets, just in case you may have to jump.
Let's be real. The government might be open again, but the way these folks are moving right now, y'all, this is panic energy, not leadership. So after 43 days of federal workers suffering, airports breaking down, and the whole country running on vibes and prayer, Trump finally signs the bill to reopen the government. Cool. Great. But here's where it gets wild. Instead of taking a breath, Congress immediately sprints like somebody pulled the fire alarm. Suddenly, Mike Johnson fast-tracks the Epstein vote, bypassing the 7-day waiting rule. The estate files drop. Everybody's yelling transparency, and Trump's pushing some $2,000 checks like clearance items at Walmart. Why the rush? Why the chaos? Because the shutdown didn't just hit workers. It hit Trump's approval rating hard. Like jawbreaker hard. The man is underwater on basically every issue, but on the Epstein situation specifically, he's sitting at around 63% disapproval. Now that's not a bad day. That's a 5-alarm political fire. And when a president's numbers fall off a cliff, Congress doesn't govern. They scramble. They stop thinking long term and start doing everything at once to get ahead of the next headline. So yeah, the government reopened, but the accountability crisis, the dysfunction, the desperation, that's just beginning. And if you're wondering why every major story suddenly feels like it's happening at 2 times the speed, it's because the people who are in charge are sprinting away from their own mess. What do y'all think? Is this the calm after the storm? Or is this the part in the movie where the music gets really
How do you
creepy?
feel about the end of the shutdown?
I'm disappointed in how it was reached, but because I still think that we got problems with our health care. But I'm glad to see it's back. I'm glad to see people getting back to work and getting paid again.
You just find out how valuable everybody else is. I guess that's the easy way to say it.
So good to be back.
I've been here. It'll be nice to have everybody else back.
I mean, it's kind of like COVID times, honestly. It's been nice to have time with my family that I wouldn't otherwise have. As much as I love staying home with my family and my kids, like, I want to be able to pay my bills and not have to worry about stressing my family out.
It is Wednesday, November 12th. When was the last time you received a paycheck?
Oh God, I don't know. October, the beginning of October. It's difficult to watch people who are not impacted at this. They've been getting paid the whole time, all of them. And I don't know, using people as pawns.
Hey, my fellow Govies, listen. I know this moment is heavy, and I feel it with you right now. This will be long because it's personal. You're showing up to work with a letter in your email instead of a paycheck in your bank account. You're still performing, still professional, still carrying the weight of something you didn't create. And that takes strength. Most people will never understand that type of strength. But hear me out. That same strength you use to show up for a system that isn't paying you right now. If you ever applied even half of that energy to something you own, your life would shift speedily. God connected me to business opportunities that changed how I see stability. And I've watched people just like you and me take their Govy work ethic and turn it into real passive income that sustains them. Not just in shutdowns, but in every unexpected season of life, because it's going to happen. Because life is always happening. Medical situations, family pressure, financial hits. I know that personally. One medical moment changed my whole entire government career overnight. And the only thing that kept me standing was having something outside of my paycheck that God could breathe on. And maybe, just maybe, that's what this shutdown is showing us. One check, even a good federal one, is not enough anymore. It's just not enough anymore. Not in this economy, not in this moment, not where everything's shaking. When your finances are right, the fear quiets down. The anxiety loses its grip. The worry stops controlling your decisions. So what if God is nudging you today? What if He's shaking the comfort zone on purpose? What if this is your moment to pivot, to shift, to...
It's over now. It's over now. I think that I can make it. The shutdown's over now. At least to January 30th.
All right, guys, hopefully the government is going to be back open fully and my husband can go back to work tomorrow. Trump did sign off on it, so we'll just see what the process is. His boss did message him this morning and said nothing's final yet. So hopefully he'll hear something this afternoon and he'll be back at work tomorrow. And hopefully he will get his back pay pretty quickly because we need to pay our bills. We need to pay our bills. We also have 5 kids we need to buy warm clothes for. We also have Christmas coming up and we have nothing bought for it. Okay? It is also my daughter's senior year. so much to buy for senior year. Her cap and gown, they had a due date where you could get it cheaper. Passed. So I'm going to have to pay the more expensive price for it. And just all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Okay? So I just want to say there have been so many kind people through all of this that have offered help or even helped us. And if you were one of those people, I appreciate you so much. I just want to say thank you again. My family appreciates you. You do not know how much it helped. Just anybody sending me kind words, sending financial help, anything. It meant so much. This has been so hard, and we've tried to stay positive through all of it. Like, I've been doing spark deliveries, all the things. I do want to say something, and I know most people aren't in agreement, but I just have to say something. There have been so many negative comments about, well, if they didn't go into work, they don't deserve their back pay. What in the world? Every last federal worker deserves their back pay, okay? Now, the ones who went into work and no pay, I think they deserve a lot. I think they deserve an extra big old bonus, and so does my husband. They should have been getting gas vouchers, food vouchers. They should have been getting everything. They should have been fed at work every single day, okay? They should have been taken care of for sure. But every federal worker deserves their back pay. My husband didn't opt to stay at home. He didn't put in for a vacation, and had he has vacation hours, he would have still got his pay. But he didn't. All federal workers deserve their pay. And I'm so sick of hearing these negative Nancy's out there like my husband getting his pay affects them. No, my husband getting his pay helps us keep our lights on and our water running and our kids fed. Okay? So keep your comments to yourself. Only thing I gotta say to that is be kind or be quiet. Be kind or be quiet. I am the nicest person, but I'm telling you, I was telling my husband so bad. I've tried so hard not to be negative, but it's just like an itch I need to scratch so bad. So bad, because I've never been one to take up for myself, but you mess and talk mess about my kids or my husband or any of that, like, no. And if you weren't directly going through this and you're perfect and you just think that you get to have all the opinions, you don't. You don't. But anyways, I hope everybody is having a great Thursday. I am about to go do some spark deliveries. I'm about to get a little bit of gas, and we're going to see how much I can make today. Yesterday, I worked for just a little bit in the morning, but I had a couple of things to take care of in the afternoon, but I did pretty good. I made a little over 100 just in like 3 hours, so that was really good. I'm learning which orders to take and which orders not to take for sure. So again, I hope everybody has a great Thursday, and pray my husband goes back to work tomorrow.
All right, I'm just checking in. Day 44, the last day of until I go back to work from being furloughed. It is the 14th of November. I don't know what day it is anymore. I'm going to have to start keeping track of my days. And just out here getting my mile in before I have to actually get ready for work. So put it in the comments if you're also having to get back into the routine of getting to work. I'm very thankful that I've been getting up early every day during the shutdown so that this was not painstakingly awful. So if you've been sleeping in, let me know. Have a great Thursday, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Government has came with a continuous resolution, so we will be back to work before you know it. And this is my thank you video to everyone who has followed me, who has left me a comment, who has liked my videos, who had reposted it. Y'all have really fed me during this time where I thought I didn't have anything, even the thought of not being able to pay my rent or pay for food or gas. Like, y'all have really poured into me, and I'm just so thankful and blessed to say that. When you have a passion for something and you put yourself out there and it's purposeful and it's aligned with your purpose and what God has for you, it will all line up. I have been at this influencer thing being shy for years, and I'm just grateful and thankful for everybody who sent me a DM, reached out. Like, y'all, this is only the beginning, and I just pray and I hope everybody who was affected by this government shutdown that we are more fiscally responsible, financially responsible. This was not only an exercise for the government, it was also an exercise for ourselves and how we're going to move forward. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey y'all. I've been seeing the videos of people like, oh, the Dems who voted, they need to be out. So let me tell y'all something. Unless y'all got another solution besides hold out, what was y'all plan? What did you think they could have done better? Please tell me. Tell me what they could have done better. Because they were going to hold out for what? DP government employees were online talking about how they were getting eviction notices, and people overseas, they still had to pay rent. Them people overseas didn't care about no furlough. These mortgage companies won't saying, okay, well, when you can get it, give it to us. The bill collectors was not saying IOUs, like, was good, you know? So what I'm trying to figure out is, what was y'all solution with them continuing to hold out? SNAP, the contingency fund wasn't there because when Trump took it to the Supreme Court and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson put a stay on it, went back down to the court that made a judgment. They had to figure out where their money come from. Nobody knew where the money went, and nobody knows. So how are them people supposed to eat? Like, the SNAP program fund not only people household, but it funds school lunch as well. Like, y'all act like people supposed to be hungry until somebody do something about the ACA, while y'all sitting up here and y'all bills paid, or y'all got other income coming in outside of that. Y'all need to take in consideration that these other people and these government employees, we're gonna be struggling. And y'all just ignoring it like, oh, it's not they should have held out. No, cause you go to work every day and you get a paycheck. Are you gonna give them your money while they're holding out? Are you gonna pay their rent while they're holding out? Are you gonna find somebody in the government and help them? Absolutely not. You're gonna sit behind this camera and tell the government everything they done wrong and have no solution. Y'all always up here yapping away about what y'all think should have been done, and y'all ain't got no kind of answers. No kind of answers. And I'm trying to understand, why is it, if you don't work for the government at all, why you up here yapping away about what should have been done on the behalf of some people that you don't even understand? Like, people are out here trying to take care of their families, and if that job is the job they end up having because they're trying to take care of their family, who are they to get punished for the job that they have to take care of their family? They shouldn't have to wait constantly, deal with this and people starving or people worried about their bills because y'all want somebody to hold out for the ACA. They still got to take care of their families. They still got to think about their livelihood. While y'all sitting there talking about they hold out, they should have held out. No, you should have gave them people your check. Since you think the government should have held out, you should have found a government employee, paid their rent, paid their light, paid their internet, bought them food, gave them your money. And if you can't sacrifice your livelihood, you can't sacrifice your finances, I don't even know why you up here talking. Y'all need to get together up here on this internet, for real.
Rico, I want to present to you a check and say thank you from the American people. Appreciate it. Ashley, thank you. Yes. And is Leo here? All right, Leo. There you go.
All right, well, it's a nice moment that we were able to catch live there in Houston, Texas, John, as Christine Noem hands out those checks to those TSA workers who had to hold it down during the shutdown. So,
well, y'all, the government is reopened, so everything is good. People getting their SNAP, people going back to work, people are getting back pay. Everything is good. You're going to have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is still going to show up for everybody this year. We are grateful. Oh, but don't get too excited, because we will return to this in January, right? Y'all do know that the Democrats only agreed so y'all can have Thanksgiving. Since y'all cried so much about them food stamps, the Democrats said, okay, we'll agree, but only if you make these adjustments to the original bill that y'all were trying to pass. So, I don't know why Democrats trying to fake out the fakers. You can't fake out a faker, baby. You can't, listen, the Republicans, I wouldn't trust them. You trust Donald Trump to agree with you just because he gave you something? Okay. Y'all voted for him, and he still don't care. Same thing, okay? So, I don't know what we're going to do in January, but they are expecting to go through another shutdown in January. So y'all listen, don't go spend all your food stamps up. Save some up so that when this time happens, you got November stamps, you got December stamps. And I think the thing ain't that until I'm down in January. So if you get your stamps at the beginning part of January, you got January stamps. Save some up. Stop going to buy lobster and shrimp and stuff now. Buy what y'all want with y'all stamps. But we're going to revisit it in January, and hopefully things go better and they can come to an agreement. Now, the thing that they were fighting over is the credit or discount people get that use Obamacare and get health insurance. I'm an entrepreneur, so I use Obamacare. But you get any type of insurance anybody else has, but the credit may not be there. For example, this year, my monthly premium would be $650. With that credit, it's only $137. So if that $500 credit is gone, I'll be responsible for that $600. That's what the Republicans want. But the Democrats want to leave it like it is. I don't know if you've already seen it, but insurance policies have already gone up. My same exact insurance policy that was $600 something this year is over $1,000 for next year. So imagine not having the credit. All right, well, anyway, we'll revisit that in January. Until then, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Use your stamps wisely. Save. Listen, if you're a government worker, save now. When they give you that back pay, only use what you need because you're going to have another check coming, okay? And save it. We're going to revisit this in January. If you're getting SNAP food stamps, save some up. Don't sell them this month or next month. Don't sell them. You're going to need them, okay? And everybody, if you ain't noticed or if you haven't seen or if you haven't felt it or if you haven't expected it by now, it's going to get harder and it's going to get worse. You need to save some money. Now, my pastor at church the other Sunday said you need to save up a whole year's worth just in case. I was like, Pastor, I don't think I ever be able to save up that amount of money at one time. But save at least, and start out, set goals. Start out with at least 1 month. Save at least enough money to pay 1 month of bills, okay? And then go to 3 months. Once you finish that 1 month, go to 3 months. And then go to 6 months. Or, and then go save as much as you can as quick as you can because you don't have a lot of time. But y'all, we don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to be too expensive for us to live. So, talk to you later.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl Tam, your favorite travel bestie. Yes, I'm in my second place, the car. Second favorite is the car. So today would have been day 44 of the federal government shutdown, but as you all know, they reopened it back last night, and crazy and oddly enough, we received a text message to make sure that we go back to work today. Well, of course, your girl is slightly a rebel, and I was like, yeah, no. I had too many things already scheduled for today and tomorrow, so I had opted into taking some leave, and I will be back to work on Monday. So I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I think I will go live maybe later on, well, it probably won't be today, but it'll probably be tomorrow, since that would be like my last official day of the shutdown, and kind of talk about some things that, not just because was a furloughed federal employee, but that also I was am a small business owner too. And so I have been able to do a lot over this past 43 days, and I kind of got mixed feelings. Like, I really don't want to go back. I mean, I need to go back because obviously I need the money, okay? But I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. But I am working on some things to make sure that if and when I make a decision to leave my job at any given time, that I'll have the means to do so. But anyway, don't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to get on here and pretty much say it's over. We're going back to work. So y'all have y'all a great and amazing day. I do thank God that at least we're going to get some back pay. I also thank God that I did not file. I filed unemployment, but I never received the check. So there's that. So obviously I don't know anybody anything, and that's even better because I don't feel like paying nobody no more. Okay. So yeah, that's that. I may go live tomorrow, talk a little bit more about my experiences, my journey, and kind of what's coming up for 2026. So stay tuned. I'll make sure to create like a flyer or something to advertise what time I plan on doing that, because I definitely plan on doing that tomorrow. All right, well, y'all have y'all a most amazing day. I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.
Federal workers are returning back to work after the government shutdown has ended, and it is now reopened. Now, they still have not received back pay. Hopefully, it'll be there very soon. But even though they haven't received back pay, they are happy to be back to work and earning money. Because honestly, if they are back at work, they are more likely to get back pay versus if they are just at home. Now, this situation, like I've said before, is definitely an eye-opener, because even though the government is reopened, we could be back here next year, January 30th. And also, we could be back here every year, honestly, the way that things are looking. So it's like they really have to plan differently going forward. Honestly, if it was me, Foodie Gang, I would not want to work for the federal government. I don't like everything that has gone down, but it is very sad. And like that woman said, that they have 5 kids that they're raising on this federal job. So it's a tricky situation. It's a hard answer. And some of them have been working for the federal government for years. But that one woman who came out with the 5 tips, very, very helpful. And that will help a lot of people, because you do got to change your mindset and the way you do things going forward. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Check out these videos down below. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Also, join the channel and get you a membership. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang.